What would you call OnePlus's best ever smartphone? I say the OnePlus 3, a lot of people might say the OnePlus 7 Pro. Today we are looking at one of the best OnePlus devices to come out of the Oppo offshoot, the one that, at launch, caused an absolute riot. Thanks to the wonderful Damien Wilde for providing it today. Hey guys, I am Ryan Thomas and this is my review of the OnePlus 7T in 2021. I don't think we can start really before talking about the software compromises, which it's a big thing that's come out recently that OnePlus has rolled out firmware updates to its 7T series and caused a lot of problems in the process. Mainly issues regarding performance and battery life, but also slowdowns in other areas as well. I personally experienced this within the camera app on the 7T, but outside of the camera app, this one was pretty much just fine. This isn't a hardware flaw, it's something that's going to be hopefully fixed within software updates, but it is something to be aware of when shopping for one of these things. I have friends who own the 7T and the 7T Pro and haven't had a single issue, so it's not all devices affected, but you do need to be aware of it. We might as well touch on the software whilst we're here. This is something that OnePlus has been traditionally very much loved for. Its software is very clean and tunable. However, last year they changed it to look a lot more like One UI, and I personally like it, but some might not like the new aesthetic. Either way, this one is running Android 11, which is the most up-to-date software that you can get for this. Expect Android 12 eventually if you own or buy one of these two. Plenty of software support from OnePlus on its flagship devices. Speaking of which, the 7T costs £300 here in the UK if you want to buy one used on eBay or Gumtree, and prices will vary across different regions and of course which model you get, what kind of condition the device is in. But this seems to be an absolute bargain. For £300, that's £50 less than the Pixel 4a, and I'm comparing a lot of devices to the 4a recently. It's just a really good benchmark. Compared to the 4a, you're getting a better chipset, a bigger, better screen, better camera hardware but maybe not better camera software, a bigger battery, faster charging. You're getting a lot for your money with the 7T. It's an absolute steal. I mentioned chipset there. Performance is one of the 7T's strongest points thanks to its relatively new and high-end Snapdragon 855 Plus processor, 8GB of RAM and either 128 or 256GB of non-expandable storage. In reality, this makes the phone really quick. I mean, there's not much to say about performance in these high-end smartphones because it's just not notable. You just don't feel any kind of sluggishness whatsoever, which is great if you're coming from something that is sluggish, but most smartphones these days, I mean, they're pretty quick anyway. If you're a gamer, you will more likely enjoy the benefits of the 855 Plus, like its better GPU, which enables higher frame rates in a lot of games. Overall, yeah, fantastic package, very quick, very stable, didn't really have a single issue with it. This performance or perceived performance is aided by the relatively high refresh rate display, namely a 6.55-inch 1080p 90Hz AMOLED. I don't personally notice much of a difference between 60 and 90Hz, especially on a screen of this size. I feel it more on my 24-inch computer monitor where I play competitive games. It's a good quality display surrounded by thin-ish bezels and a water droplet notch, which I personally appreciate. It keeps things looking relatively neat as well as functional. Some may be turned off by the big circular rear camera bump, but I enjoy it for being more unique than the typical Domino. There's also no IP rating, which is a shame too, but OnePlus devices have been known for their unofficial water and dust resistance, so you should be alright in British weather with this thing. But of course we have to talk about the fact that it's got that staple OnePlus notification slider on the right hand side. I don't get why more manufacturers don't use this. Maybe there's a patent there that other manufacturers can't use it, and it's been a staple on the iPhone for so long, of course that only being a 2-point not a 3-point like the one in the OnePlus. But yeah, I just feel like every phone should have it. Like, why is it not there? I don't know. Either way, the 7T does have it, and I always enjoy going to a OnePlus device because it's a really easy way of switching your phone from vibrate to sound to silent completely. The 3800 mAh battery is perhaps a little bit small for the footprint of this thing, but it did deliver adequate battery life for me, netting a full day's worth of testing in all kinds of conditions. With the 30-watt warp charging as well, you've got a solid battery package there. By looking at the cameras on paper, you could probably say the same thing about these, but in the execution of the processing, which is what usually lets OnePlus down, the 7T is, yeah, it's not great. It's alright, like it's fine, it's usable, but it's not fantastic. When you consider the £300 price tag, the build quality, the chipset and the screen, the battery package, you can kind of forgive the oversaturation of the colours, the overzealous use of digital sharpening and denoising, and the subpar post-processing compared to the S flagship smartphones and the iPhones of the same generation. You have to look at it like this: the 7T won't fail to get you a decent photo unless you run into that firmware bug like I did, but the versatility of the three main cameras, the main 2x telephoto and ultrawide, as well as the quality of the suite, it's definitely good enough. The same goes for the front-facing selfie camera. Is it the best? Not even close, but is it enough? Absolutely. And that kind of sums up the OnePlus 7T. Like, it's just a bang average, good quality smartphone. It's probably not going to let you down unless OnePlus, messes up the software again, which it hasn't done in the past, but after Carl Pei left, things started going downhill. Maybe I'll make a video on that. It's not like something that's going to be an issue hopefully going into the future, because enough people have made enough noise about this on Reddit and on social media, and fixes have started being rolled out. But software issues aside, because for the longest time it didn't have software issues, the smartphone is fantastic. It's got decent cameras, fantastic performance, fantastic battery life, fantastic screen, everything's all there, and for £300 you really cannot go wrong. And that sums up today's video, guys. I want to give a massive thank you to Damien Wilde for supplying the OnePlus 7T for review. It's his favourite OnePlus phone of all time. Do check out his review. I'll leave his social media, his YouTube and all that in the comments section to check out his videos and stuff like that. Of course, do feel free to check out my social medias down there as well, and my Patreon link will be there as well. My gosh, I'm repeating myself a lot. Either way, thank you all so much for watching. Please do like, comment and subscribe if you're new around here to never miss a video like this one. I've been Ryan Thomas, and I'll catch you later. Peace.